Zephyro Shrike. Shoutouts, man. Good stuff. Book is good. So, I know that Spabobin hates this matchup, so I'll try and break the ice here with some other story. But so I had some people overseas for whatever reason. They were like, "Well, could you sign a copy of the book and send it over?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely, no problem. I'd be happy to." And I looked up on the internet what the best way to send any kind of parcel internationally was. And everything that I saw on the internet said, oh, just send that either UPS or FedEx. That'll be usually the cheapest way to send it, if it's like over £1. And the book itself is like, it's like just about £1. So I'm like, okay, I'll go to a UPS and see how much it costs to send just one book internationally. So it was two places, basically to Ireland and England, basically, was where I was concerned. So I go into UPS, and the guy's like, okay, let me price this up for you, and I'll see how much that costs. Guess how much it would cost to send a book, a £1 item, via UPS internationally from the US to Ireland?
$1,000.
I mean, that's a bit silly, but the real answer was like a little bit upwards of it was like $250. The man said out loud, that'll be $250.
And that's how silly?
$250. And he said it in a way as if that was like a number that like is legitimately real, that like I would be willing to pay. He was like, that'll be $200. And I was like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, how could you say that out loud? And that, like, he didn't say it like, oh boy, yeah, $200. And like the other guy who was with him was like, oh yeah, that's fine, that's what it is. And his reasoning was that anytime that they had to send anything through UPS internationally, that it needs to be the most priority mail possible. And even so, like, even with that, I was like, hey, that's a crazy policy. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. And then on top of that, like, that number is insane. That number is crazy. Upwards of $200 to send one pack. That was just one of them. That wasn't both. It would have cost me $500 to walk out of that place and send it via UPS. I took my ass to a U.S. Postal Service, to USPS, and it was like, yeah, $20 each.
Oh well, yeah, that makes it real.
Which like makes way more sense. Ooh, that whiff punish though. Hot damn. Crouching hard punch in this matchup really good against Zangief's stand hard punch. It actually hits that region that's technically below the belt. It could like reach under it. So solid whiff punish there. You saw that reel up and knew the punish. There you go. Fuck, man. That man said out of his own mouth, his human mouth, said that'll be $500, as if that was real. Like it was. He wasn't even sarcastic about it. He's just like, yeah, that's the price. Sorry.
It's a take it or leave it, my guy.
Oh man, Spabobin, you dead. What you gotta know about any so here's the actual trick. Spabobin and anyone who plays a Zangief who's playing V-Trigger 2 is that the meta is that any Zangief who runs V-Trigger 2, they're not trying to catch you with SPD. They're trying to catch you with a Borscht Dynamite. You best believe it. Because you only get a setup off of Borscht Dynamite. You don't get a setup off of SPD in V-Trigger.
Go activates. Oh, that hit so low. Oh, with the whip punish. The jump in.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Potatoman, and I feel comfortable saying this, but a lariat in reaction to that dive kick, in reaction, because you had all day to do it, was real fucking dumb. Like, that was real stupid. You know it, I know it, the American people know it. I mean, like, dive kick beats lariat raw most of the time anyway. Like, nah, dog, come on.
Nah, dog, what you doing, dog?
You ought to know. Like Alanis Morissette, come on, man. No, what you have to do in that situation is EX Borscht Dynamite. I get it. You wanted to Borscht Dynamite. I understand, and I empathize with that. I would have wanted the very same.
Final arrow, good throw. Trying to catch you lacking with the standing hard kick. Lariat through the pressure.
Interesting. Interessante. Big whiffs here on neutral.
Yeah. But I feel like as soon as Spabobin gets that standing medium punch to connect.
It's weird though. No standing medium kick from Spabobin really. Ooh, that whiff punish though? Hot damn. Well played. Didn't jump back. Gonna pay for it. What could he possibly expect, right?
It activates. Nice throw. The jump back. Oh,
Oh, he wanted Borscht Dynamite there with that jump forward. I know it.
Good throw.
Use the advantage to throw. I like it.
One more hit should do it for either or.
He should. Oh no! Oh, okay, he got the throw. I was gonna say that dive kick could have been canceled into critical art, DP into critical art. That'd have been game chip kill. But no. At least he saves some meter and goes into round 3 pack and heat. Ooh, just like that. We've seen it before. Don't you stand hard punch. Don't you stand hard punch. Not in this matchup. Please.
Put that pressure on that.
Spabobin's fishing for that all day. Get real.
Spabobin trying to go for that perfecto. Oh, well.
Not anymore. Not anymore, you're not.
Yo, I never thought that the commentator courtesy was weird.
Ooh, see, fully charged stand hard punch, longer range than the normal stand hard punch, so he was looking to walk forward and crouch hard punch into it, but didn't get anything. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Spabobin takes it. He'll be moving on here. Good stuff. What is this? I'll use that next week. Magoran. But he sent me some actually pretty cool image.
Oh, Joe Monday.
What's up?
Mr. Monday. I know. Tell you guys. So story time, as some of you may or may not know. I am from Iowa, born and raised here, there, now. So is not Trey. Well, I don't know what not Trey F is. I know Trey F's from Iowa as well, but. So I see on the USA Today. I usually don't check the news, don't look at the news. I'd rather not have that toxic stuff in my mind, or just to see it, affect my day.
Mm-hmm.
I see Iowa grants permission for the blind to get gun permits. Joe, that gave me a fear I never knew I had. Cause I have a blind neighbor. Like, he sits catty corner to me. So you mean to tell me that this blind man could shoot me and he don't even know if I'm black or not? Like, Joe, it put so much fear in my heart, like, that a blind person could have a gun permit. Like, could you imagine getting shot by someone who couldn't see?
You say that as if, like, this year hasn't been just a waking nightmare. Like,